Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Nimisha Jadhav from School of Studies Environmental Chemistry, Jivaji University, Gwalior. Today we are going to discuss about the physical parameters of soils under the paper of environmental analysis. The important learning objective of this module including the determination of soil moisture, then the determination of soil pH, determination of soil particle size, then specific gravity and the water holding capacity of the soil. First of all, we should know what is the requirement of sampling of soil. How we can take the soil as a sample. The portion of the of soil is the representative of the whole soil is present at that particular area is known as the soil sample. So it should be a small portion of the such large amount of soil, and it could be representative of the almost all physical, chemical and biological quality of the holding soil. Before discussing about the physical parameter of the soil, first of all we have to discuss about some terms like what is water content in respect of soil determination. The water content is a material that is equal to the ratio of mass of pore or the free water in a given mass of material. The second term is the heat sink. It is a solid or liquid placed in the microwave oven to absorb energy after the moisture has been derived or driven from the test specimen. The physical examination of water included those parameters which we can calculate it physically, or we can calculate it such kind of specific parameter without using any chemical reaction. So in this continuation, first of all we can identify the moisture content present in the soil sample. How we can determine such kind of moisture absorbed by the soil particle. The first physical parameter that we have discussed here is the determination of moisture content in soil. As we all know that the soil naturally contain or absorb some moisture which present on the soil particle all regularly, and this moisture content is an important part of the plant growth or also represents the quality of soil. So the determination of the moisture content or the water content of the soil, rock and the solid aggregate mixture is very much essential to identify the quality of the soil. It is expressed as a percentage of the mass by means of either a conventional oven or a microwave oven. Method does not give true representative results for materials containing significant amounts of halloxides, montmorillonite or gypsum minerals is considered as highly organic. The apparatus used for the moisture content determination including dry oven, microwave oven or the balance. The method used for the moisture determination is known as the test specimen is prepared for the determination of moisture in the soil content. First of all, we have stored samples prior to the testing in the airtight container which contain the temperature between 2.8 degrees centigrade. Then determine test specimen selection and the mass by the proposed application. Make water content determination as soon as the practical after sampling. Then corrodable container like thin walled shell-bite tubes, paint can, etc. or the sample bags are used for containing the soil sample. Then preparing of the small jar sample. For that the cohesion-less soil is used for the moisture content analysis. Then mix thoroughly the material. After that, remove about 3 mm of slice it in half to check if the material is layered properly or not prior to the selecting the test specimen. And for the layered soil, first of all select an average portion of or the individual portion or both. Then mass of moist material selected should not be less than 25 gram. The coarse grain particle is appropriate not to include this particle in the test specimen. Using a test specimen is smaller than the minimum mass. If a specimen has a mass less than the previously indicated value, note this fact in the report of the results. Now we discuss here about the conventional oven method of soil moisture determination. For that, first of all, select a representative test specimen of the mass designated. Then determine the tear mass of a clean dry container and lid and record as WC under. Then place the moist specimen in the container and secure the lid onto the container. Then determine and record the mass of the container, lid and the moist specimen as W1 under, and remove the lid and place the container with the sample in the drying oven. Then dry for a minimum of 16 hours or to the constant mass. And after that the material has dried, it allows the material and the container to cool up to a room temperature. Then determine the mass of the container, lid and the dry specimen and record this mass is as W2. Now the calculation is done by the equation the mass of the water equal to W1 minus W2, and the mass of the solid particle is again determined by the equation W2 minus WC, and the water content in percent is represented as 100 into W and W of mass of solid particle, where WC is the mass of container and lid in gram, W1 is the mass of container, lid and the moist specimen in gram, and W2 is the mass of container, lid and oven dried specimen in gram. The second physical parameter for the soil is the pH. pH plays an important role in any type of biological or the chemical activity and the soil fertility in the agricultural field. So the determination of pH is essential prior to use this soil for the agriculture purposes. The pH in between 6 to 8, slightly alkaline pH is required for the growth of the plant in the particular soil. The apparatus used for the determination of pH including pH meter, buffer solutions such as pH 4, 7 and 9 and the glass stirring rods. Then glass beaker, balance, thermometer and the stirring devices. The materials used for the pH determination is the preparing slides, soil sample or the deionized water. First of all, we are taking the compost sample. Obtain a representative sample approximately 200 gram and dry to the constant weight. The dry sieve material over a 4.75 millimeter sieve and test the material passing. Now we come to the procedure. First of all, heat the sample and approximately 200 ml of the distilled water to 45 to 60 degrees centigrade. Then add 30 gram of the prepared dry soil binder to 150 ml of distilled water. Stir the sample vigorously and disperse the soil well. Then stir the sample every 15 minutes for 1 hour to disperse the soil and make sure all soluble material is in the solution. After the sample has been added to the water for a period of 1 hour, record the temperature of the mixture and adjust the pH meter to that temperature. Then standardize the meter by using buffer solution of pH 7, 4 and 9. Then clean the electrode with water. Immediately before immersing electrode into the mixture, stir and remove glass stirring rod. Then place electrode into solution and use stirring bar to make good contact between the solution and the electrode. Then place the tip of the electrode approximately 76 mm into the mixture. Then allow reading to stabilize. Then record and read the pH value to the nearest tenth of the whole number. Remove electrode and rinse the electrode with the water. If the pH of the sample is below 5 or the above 9, then standardize pH meter with the appropriate buffer and repeat the same procedure, and then report the pH of the nearest 0.1% plus minus. Now the next physical parameter that we are going to discuss here is the particle density. The particle density is the term used instead of specific gravity of the particles. The knowledge of the particle density is essential in relation to the other test. The calculating porosity and the voids and the computation of the particle size analysis from the sedimentation procedure, that is also known as hydrometer analysis. The main principle of determining the particle density is including the small pycnometer method. In this method is suitable for soil consisting of particles finer than 2 mm. The larger particles may be ground down to smaller than 2 mm before the testing. Equipment for the determination of particle density included 50 ml density bottle, that is pycnometers with stoppers, constant temperature water bath, vacuum desiccator, vacuum pump and suitable rubber tubing, drying oven, distilled water in a wash bottle, test sieve of 2 mm, balance readable 2.01 gram, motor and the piston. Now we come to the sample preparation. An oven dried soil sample of about 100 grams shall be prepared. Large particles shall be ground to pass a 2 mm sieve. Then 2 specimens each between the 5 gram and 10 gram shall be obtained by riffling, then stored in airtight container. Now we discuss here the test procedure of determining particle density. In step 1, first of all, a density bottle with the stopper shall be dried with a cloth and weighed to the nearest 0.01 gram and recorded as the value M1. In the step 2, the first soil specimen shall be transferred to the density bottle direct from the sealed container. Then the weight of the bottle with soil sample and the stopper shall be recorded to the nearest 0.01 gram as M2. In the step 3, the air-free distilled water shall be added so that the soil in the bottle is just covered. And in step 4, then place this bottle containing the soil and the water without the stopper in the vacuum desiccator. Then evacuate the desiccator gradually. The bottle shall be allowed to remain in the desiccator for at least 1 hour until no further loss of air is apparent. Then release the vacuum and remove the lid of the desiccator. After that, vibrate the bottle till no more air is released. In the step 6, remove the bottle from the desiccator and add air-free water until the bottle is full. After that, insert a stopper and immerse the bottle up to the neck in the water bath for at least 1 hour. The step 7. If there is an apparent decrease in the volume of water, remove the stopper, add water to fill the bottle and replace the stopper. Return the bottle to the bath and again allow the contents to attain the constant temperature. Then in step 8, the stoppered bottle shall then be taken out of the bath, wipe dry carefully and weighed to the nearest 0.01 gram. Then in step 9, clean out the bottle, fill it completely with air-free water, insert the stopper and immerse in constant temperature water bath for 1 hour. Then in step 10, take the stoppered bottle out of the bath, carefully wipe it dry and weigh it to the nearest 0.01 gram and denote it as M4. In the next step, the step 1 to 10 shall be repeat using the second specimen of the same soil so that two value of particle density can be obtained. If the result differ by more than 30 kg per meter cube, the test shall be repeated. The calculation is done that by the equation that the particle density Rs in kilogram per meter cube from the equation equal to M3 minus M2 and in bracket and again M4 minus M1 in bracket into 1000, where M1 is the mass of density bottle in gram, M2 is the mass of bottle and dry soil in gram, M3 is the mass of bottle, soil and water in gram, and M4 is the mass of bottle full of water only in gram. Express the average value of the particle density to the nearest 1 kilogram per meter cube. The next physical parameter that we are going to discuss is the specific gravity. Here we have determined the specific gravity of a given soil. The reagent or the glassware required for this purpose is the oven, glass bottles and the chemical balance. In the method, first of all, we have to dry the soil in an oven at 105 degrees centigrade until a constant weight is attained. Then fill a pre-weighted glass bottle of known volume with dried soil and records its weight. Then fill another pre-weighted glass bottle of same volume with distilled water and records its weight. Now the calculation is done by the equation, that is specific gravity is equal to A2 minus A1 divided by B2 minus V1, where A2 is the weight of bottle with soil, A1 is the weight of empty bottle used for soil, and B2 is the weight of bottle with distilled water, and B1 is the weight of empty bottle used for distilled water. So the result is expressed as the specific gravity of the given soil was observed as the numerical value. The precautions should be taken is that the value is noted down carefully, then the weight of soil is taken exactly, and the proper dry of the soil is must for the determination of the specific gravity of soil. The next physical parameter is the water holding capacity. Here the process we have discussed that determine the water holding capacity of a given soil sample. The requirements for the determining holding capacity of soil including oven, perforated circular soil boxes, that is 5.6 cm diameter and 1.6 cm height to the bottom, and perforated with holes of 0.75 mm diameter. Then the filter paper, that is Whatman number 1, Petri dish and the chemical balance. The method used for determining the water holding capacity including First of all, we have to dry and crush the soil sample in an oven at 105 degrees centigrade. Then place a filter paper inside the perforated bottom of the circular soil box. Weight the box and fill it with the dried soil sample. Then note the weight of the box filled with the dried soil. Place the box in petri dish of 10 cm diameter containing water of about 12 hours so that water enters the box and saturates the soil. Take the box out of water pipe, wipe it and dry on the outside and records its weight. The calculation is done by the equation that the water holding capacity in percentage is equal to W2 minus W1 minus in brackets W1 minus W0 divided by W1 minus W0 into 1000. The result is indicated as water holding capacity of a given soil sample in percentage. The precaution should be taken is the weight of the soil and the particulars properly and dry the soil box from the outside properly. In the calculation, the W2 is the final weight of bottle after absorbing the water. W1 is the weight of bottle with soil before holding the water. Then W1 is again the same and W0 is the weight of the empty bottle. So at the end of this module, we can conclude that we have learned about the various physical parameters of soils. The physical parameters, almost all the parameters involve the difference in the weight of soil before and after analysis, and on the basis of that result we can concluded the various physical parameter or the physical quality of the water. We can also assess the various physical quality of the soil sample, and this physical quality is also indicate the various biological activity or the chemical activity of the soil. Here in this module, we are going to aware about the water content of the soil and its benefits. Then we have also discussed the method of pH determination in the various types of soil. Then we can also discuss here about the moisture content determination in the various types of soil, and there are 2 or 3 methods are available for determining the moisture content. Then we have also discussed about the soil particle density method of determination of particle density in of a soil particle. We have also included here the specific gravity of the soil particle determination, as well as its water holding capacity of the soil sample. We are taken here the soil which is the representative of the whole soil present at that particular area, so that we can find out we can conclude it after the calculating these physical parameters that this soil sample is suitable for the further chemical or the biological treatment, or sometimes we can say on the basis of these physical parameters we can identify that this soil is fertile or not, or we can use it for the agriculture purposes or for the other purposes. So in this module we thoroughly give the knowledge of about physical parameters of soil. Thank you so much.